Are we gonna down to try Drizzt? I don't know. Hey, if you want to suggest it. I mean, the one downside is that they don't allow dual wielding in the game, but if I could get a nice Scimitar of Frost going on, a bit of icing death action. I'm trying to think of what would Twinkle be? Probably like just a cool effect. Since nothing truly maps over, I'd want it to be like chaos. Maybe electricity actually kind of works. I'm blanking at the moment as to what Twinkle does. For anybody who's not aware as to what I'm just rambling on about, it's a character from D&D, Forgotten Realms, but originally from the author R.A. Salvatore, but has two scimitars, two magical scimitars. So, you know what? Let's do it. We've tried the entire array. We've been sampling from every part of the background buffet here. So, why not just throw out another one, shall we? Fighter is a little bit too heavily armored, so probably Gladiator, right? Could go with Monk. Unfortunately, Melkai? Is Melkai the Druid god? I think that's right. These are some deep cuts pulling from my knowledge. R.A. Salvatore books used to be my favorite. That was one of the first fantasy series that I got into, so definitely a nice, highly curated, beautiful shelf in my memory box. I don't know where that sentence went halfway through, but you know what? I stand by it. 100%, this is the hill I die on. Memory shelf in my mind. That's a thing, right? That's a colloquial phrase that we all use every day, memory shelf. But Monk, Gladiator. I'm gonna go with Monk here. Also need to learn how to summon a big cat. We'll just get a box of summoning, and every time, no matter what we get, we'll call them Gwen and we'll pretend they're a cute Black Panther. Falchion is kind of like a crappy scimitar, so it's a start. Sorry, I chose the worst hill. But don't you worry, this is just the beginning. I'm about to give bad take after bad take. I'm even tempted to go Drizzit. As another further obfuscation. Again, why am I trying to use fancy words when my brain is already barely functioning on a basic level at the moment? I don't know, yet here we are. So let's do it, Drizzt. You and I, into the dungeon we go. How could it possibly go wrong? Ooh, we definitely want to keep it on manual. Let's learn some long blades. We'll probably end up learning some magic. Sorry, R.A. Salvatore, not going to stick completely to your vision. We're going to be revamping a bit, but in general, we can try and live up to the Drizzit name. I mean, you would have thought that he'd learn some magic while in... Oh gosh, I've never said the home of the Dark Elves in Forgotten Realms out loud. It's like Mesobaran? I know what it looks like written down. I feel like I'm missing a syllable there, because it's definitely longer than that. It's Drizzt. Exactly, it's the Drizzit. Oh, and before we keep going here, let's drop a quick Morg file here. Put the seed up on screen in case anyone wants to try along at home, especially if we get a God Seed here and we die because I'm going with another melee-based Deep Elf character, then let's give other people an opportunity to mess around. Speaking of dual wielding, Gyre and Gimbal are plus 12 in trunk. Interesting. Gyre and Gimbal are one of those artifacts that I'm so sad that I've never had the opportunity to use. Well, turns out this ain't your regular old Underdark, Drizzt. Sure, you can survive for, what is it, like years, potentially even decades, solo in the Underdark. Solo. Gwen was there, of course. But, a single day in the shallow dungeon? No shot. Not a chance. I think I actually have to drink this potion and hope that it's healing. It's not healing, but I am invisible now. Don't hit me. I had one request. I asked for one thing, sir. Oh man, you did this safe bid. I hope you're happy. Driz died because of you. Should have walked out. Just, oh, you're right, actually. Should have just left the dungeon. At least Driz would have made it back to, like, think about how everyone's feeling. Brunar, Canterbury, Wolf, depending on where we are in the story, whether Wolfgar's around, but how unthoughtful of us to throw them into the dirt like that. Squishy boy indeed. And that was quick. New record time. Think we definitely got top 10 in the world on that one, so score for the team. Fantastic work, me. Okay, well, do we want to go back to the elf naming scheme? Potentially. I'm trying to think of any other elves. There's some other good elves in the Forgotten Realms universe, but I'm blanking on most of their names. The Deep Elf Graveyard is getting a little full. Yup, definitely. And unfortunately, most of them are far too young because they just died instantaneously in the dungeon, and bodies have degraded into nothing. Tengu Deep Elf Kobold, the 20%, minus 20% HP quick death trifecta. Yeah, it's just beautiful. Well, and Tengu, Spriggan, and Deep Elf are all right next to each other on this list as well if we pop in here, so I feel like I've burnt myself out. Spriggan, no problem. First try. Tengu, I thought that we were cursed. I kept talking about the curse of the Tengu. Oh boy, if I could tell past self, you have nothing to complain about. It's my sweet summer child. Things are about to get a heck of a lot worse in Deep Elf, but alright. You have nothing left in the tank, guys, but you're laughing. Good to hear. I'm glad. That works for me. That's a victory, a minor victory. Not even a minor victory. That's a major victory, and that's what we need right now. Something to toot our own horns. So, okie dokie. Let's pop in here, shall we? Maybe I'll go back to the old naming scheme just to keep things simple, stupid. And you know what, let's just keep going through the rotation. We'll do like standard mage runs, then something silly and wacky and weird that might die immediately. Maybe Delver next, maybe Wanderer, who knows. But for now, let's go back to a classic mage, and I'm thinking potentially Earth Elementalist. I guess we haven't really given Venom or Air a shot, or Ice. We've mostly been Fire, Earth, Conjurer, right? How about this? Let's get our votes in now. Probably gonna pick either Venom Mage or Ice Elementalist. Wanderer is good in 0.28, right? I guess we could end up with a Spellcaster, right? Again, I think I will go Mage this time, but then we'll try it out. We have a vote for Venom Mage right away. I would definitely 9th, and I'll put it back in the rotation, but that was our first run today. We went with Conjurer, and unfortunately lost yet another Deep Elf, but I'll come back to it, because it is really good. And I feel like we need to give it a better shot. I died stupidly to Electric Eels, don't even really want to talk about it, but in the essence of being clear with my own mistakes in the past, let's just say that it was extremely stupid, very avoidable, preventable, and in no way, shape, or form should have even happened. But what else is new? Fantastic. Lots of votes for Venom. Fantastic. Not Earth. I saw the E and went Earth. Ice Elementalist wants to be in melee a bit, right? And the nice thing is that we'd have Ozkubu's armor to get rid of some of the innate tankiness, or lack thereof, but I think I agree with your logic there, and so does everyone else. Let's go with Venom Mage. And this will be Pelf. Poison Elf, maybe not the most original name, but I'm running out here. We're on a razor's edge. So let's go for it, shall we? The Deep Elf gets spells, very likely, because they're lopsided aptitudes. Yeah, that's definitely what I thought for Wanderer. So we'll have to try it out at some point in the future, but for now, let's do this, shall we? Hop in with our Poison Magic. Transmutation. Probably leave you off for now. Sting should be fine on its own regardless. Don't have to worry too much about it. Then, of course, you're all well and familiar with the routine now. Quickly get all of our pickup stuff oriented, and last but not least, we'll grab our seed just in case you want to join in from home. again, the seat on screen right now is a good opportunity for that, because Drizzt barely got to see a hallway. I'm sure that dungeon had tons of cool things just waiting to be discovered, a whole world to explore. So, this one not going to be the same. Of course, we're going to win, so we're going to see the entire dungeon, but I'll still throw the seat up there just in case you want to join in from home, see how you handle it. And with that, let's hop straight into things, shall we? Nothing shows how difficult Deep Elf is more than that 2-shot by a goblin on D1. I can't believe the Transmuter got further than our Scimitar buddy, though. Because, oh, what am I doing? Oh gosh, my brain is so broken. I just started punching the cockroach. It's our giant cockroach, just to be sure it's evident just how bad of an idea that was. But don't worry, I got better. But yeah, no, absolutely wild. And what you'd kind of expect from a Deep Elf. Never get in close quarters combat. It's just not worth it. How much is a Deep Elf's life worth? Let's just close that door. Shh, everyone quiet. I'm running. Beastly Appendage is pretty good in D1. That might have been, yeah, what did the trick. I was curious what kind of justification could have possibly excused making it that far, because it did work very well. Very surprising. In case you forgot it, you're a wizard, Pelf. At least have the makings to be one. Hopefully we survive long enough to put it into practice, right? Faded? It was up by this ghostly spirit, right? I gotta tell you, it might be a moment. Colgate. Definitely going down to the first floor for now, because poison... Your poison does you no good here, so instead, run for our lives here. And we'll potentially head back in just a moment. Frilled Lizard Killer. Yes, that's our claim to fame. And we're pretty chuffed about it. I mean, sure, the average character would be taking down D1 gnolls or something like that, but please. I'm happy to just be slaying a couple frilled lizards. Or baby dragons, as we like to frame it. Just to add a little bit of ego into the mix. Hello, my Quokka friend. You dealt more damage than I expected. What else is new? Story of a Deep Elf's life. Name of a Deep Elf autobiography, maybe? More damage than intended. Cloak is wonderful, though. I'll take anything that we can possibly get to give us some semblance, even no matter how minor, I should say. Some semblance of defense. Fantastic. Now, as long as we're given the opportunity to cast spells at our enemies, we should be okay. Sigmund, I don't want to talk. I'm not interested in what you're selling. Please leave me alone. Oh boy. Oh boy. Unless they have halberds. Oh, no one wants to see a halberd gnoll on D1. Oh, please no. Oh gosh. Just the mere thought of it, terrifying. Quokka there, easy to underestimate. Oh, it wouldn't have been the first time I died to a cute little rodent. So definitely agree with you there, especially since they're fairly evasive for an early enemy. Usually they end up, you know, I miss like 4 times in a row and then my fighter character is almost dead. I mean, sure, I'm wearing plate armor, but apparently those Quokka teeth pack quite a punch. Can puncture even the strongest of plate, if given the opportunity. Who knew? Oh my gosh, this is just so bad in so many ways. There's got to be another... Oh no, there's not another stair. Not that one. This one, I guess. Could learn Poisonous Vapors, and in fact I will, because it is a good spell regardless. D1 Halberd Gnoll can't happen anymore. Oh, thank you. Thank gosh for that. I thought that might be the case. I never actually looked it up to confirm, but just the fact that I never really see halberds on D1 anymore, I don't think that can happen. Because you don't see like kobolds with those either. Anything too nasty. Usually it's just the most basic of weapons, so that's nice at least. Let's take a deep drink here. As we try and work out what to do, I'm probably just gonna try and avoid Sigmund for now. You can probably walk this way, right? I mean, how could it possibly go wrong? After all, it worked out so well for us last time. Oh, my friend, please inhale this real quick. Perfect. Poisonous Vapors is going to be absolutely beautiful, and I'm excited for Oglub's Toxic Radiance as well. Fantastic spell. Just beauty. Go back to Sting for our Ball Python friends, and where'd you go? Where are all you at? I know everyone's just waiting around a corner, waiting for us to fumble, to misstep, and they'll absolutely blast us to Kingdom Come. But fantastic. This should actually go alright. How are you not dying of poison, my friend? You want just give it a moment? There we go. Fantastic. You think you're going to do a Spring and Enchanter next? Spring Speed makes up for Anti-Pillar Dancing Mechanic, and Enchanter gains second Invisible Potion. Sounds good. Honestly, it's a good opportunity for it. They have a really good aptitude for hexes, and yeah, now that there's the Orb of Guile, I mean, I'll say that it's extremely sketchy in lots of ways, but it's also kind of fun because you can actually get away with enchanting a little bit further into the game than you originally could, without having to, you know, drop everything to train it. So I think that it's a fun idea for sure. Go absolutely nuts and let me know how it goes. Always happy to hear about other people's progress in the game. Maybe that'll be win number 4 for you. Just need a way to kill undead. Ain't that always just the thing? Ice elementalists, poison mages, and enchanters all have that very much in common. Holy moly, hello. I kind of wish this was Edmund. If Sigmund and Eggman were on the... Did I say Eggmund? You know what? I'm rolling with it. That's what I call him now. But if Sigmund and Eggman were on the same floor, then we could have had a bit of a family reunion going on, but I guess it is what it is. We should be able to poison Terrence to some ridiculous degree here. I'm sorry. Goodbye, my sweet summer child. You tried. At the very least, you tried. You've heard about the Orb of Guile, but you're starting to suspect it's just legend. Never seen it. Dang it. Colgate's on to us, folks. The entire plan to just completely... Oh gosh, why am I blanking on the word? What's it called when you convince someone of something that never happened? Anyway, this joke is just so scuffed. It's gone down the drain. Regardless, everyone you know is paying us money to hide the truth from you. Make you feel like a fool, I tell you. Gaslight, thank you. Bamboozle is a much more fun word. I appreciate that, Colgate. But no, it's gaslighting. It's one of the more horrible activities that you can participate in. We're all just gaslighting you. The Orb of Guile does not exist. Never did. Better, the Orb of Guile's theme. It goes with anything. Oh yes. My favorite piece of music from a soundtrack, of course. Always play the Orb of Guile's theme. It's fantastic. Well, this is less than ideal. We saw Natasha, who, I mean, it's wild to get Natasha and UF on the same floor. We got two of the very few uniques that I refuse to kill, all in the same area. I wish I could somehow lock Natalie away with UF. I mean, could you imagine a better match? All UF wants to do is get hammered and waste away the rest of their days in the dungeon here. All Natalie wants is a new owner. Well, to find their owner, but new owner, good enough for me. Good enough for most cats, if we're being honest. But I couldn't see a better A better pairing. Name a better duo. I'll wait. Natalie and UF. Friends for life. New headcanon. That's where Natalie always ends up in every run. Is cuddling into the nice corner of the cavern there. Beauty. We never found the Economical Temple, right? I'm worried that I'm like blending all the runs that we've done into one. No, we're only in D3. Never mind. Ignore me. Even at max spell power, Petrify seems to fall off at S branches. You think Orb of Guile is almost necessary for a stabber build? No, I definitely, would recommend it if you're planning to use enchantments further on into the game. Similarly, like I've seen Ninth use it to be an Abyssal Knight, so you can banish enemies a bit further into the game than you can normally kind of get away with. So that's pretty sweet. Down into Vesso with the strong family bond. Yeah. Natasha's just mad that food's gone and all those stupid adventurers don't feed her. It is just unfair, right? Absolutely ridiculous. Alistair's intoxication ignores will, but only works intelligent monsters who are not immune to poison. Which I have a bone to pick there, because I've seen many non-intelligent people get intoxicated before. It's called any first-year university party. Boom, boom. Just the most half-hearted hi-hat. Hello, friend. How much damage do you do? Like 12? Heck yeah. I know something. May not know a lot, but at least I know something. Kind of, sometimes. How many qualifiers can I throw in there just to make sure that I'm not misleading people before performing a negative IQ move? And I know what you're going to say. Negative IQs? That's not possible. Just you wait, friends. Just you wait till you see what we're about to try here. Hello, my snaky pals. Should be able to take care of this without too much trouble. Honestly, more trouble than I initially suspected, which is not fantastic, but we get out in one piece. All is well that ends well. So let's just keep her moving, shall we? I mean, poison mages, definitely super strong, as long as we don't have too many undead enemies. Hopefully we don't have any undead floors. Like there's the orc entrance that can really kind of overwhelm you with undead enemies. But barring that, we should actually be in an alright spot. And you know, I should be wearing my Ring of Seeing Visible. There's no reason not to wear it. I kind of picked it up and was like, oh, that'll be really useful later. I don't really need it now, but why not? I'm not wearing anything else. It honestly just makes sense. Okay, you have to get poisoned immediately. Fortunately, you're weak to poison, friend. So I'm hoping we can kill you quickly. And we do indeed manage to do just that. Fantastic. Oh no, that really hurts. Don't do that. 7 range. This buddy might die, I guess. You know what? I'm risking it. Feel a bit more experienced. Fantastic. And then we run. We run and we hide. We act like the big, brave deep elf we are. Natasha, please don't see me. I don't want to kill you, friend. Oh, I guess this isn't the best situation to find ourselves in. Hopefully, Natalie walks away. Just walk away. You don't want none of this smoke. I promise you that. We could worship Ashenzari. Every time we come back to this altar, I kind of am reminded of the fact that that would just be a pretty solid idea, but not completely necessary. So maybe we'll leave it for the time being. We did at least get a Staff of Air, so electric eels should not be the cause of our death this time around, which is nice. Because ideally, we can always swap over to the Staff of Air, and that gives us resistance to electricity, which is fantastic, of course. Ooh, antique store, maybe? Just an emporium, a weapons emporium. What you got, sent? Holy moly, the obsidian axe. Oh, I wish I was not on a deep elf. Oh gosh, how I wish I wasn't on a deep elf. This is the most fun you can have playing this game, by the way. If we were doing a turn count speed run, there would be a reason not to equip it. Could waste 2 turns. This is true. But I guess, yeah, for any of the jewelry, or even swapping to the Staff of Air, like I was just mentioning a bit ago, it all takes time. But yeah, the Obsidian Axe, for anyone who hasn't used it, so fun. So fun. I mean, you will almost definitely get yourself killed. It's this mesmerize effect that is truly dastardly and sinister. Otherwise, best weapon in the game, pretty much. So fun. Parsimonious tenacity seems good. Yeah. And Develop has reasonable longblade aptitude. I believe so. At least not negative. We'll actually see. Shortblade is 0. Longblade is -1, so I was completely wrong. So generally you want to be sticking to short blades or staves. Maybe swapping up as the future demands it. You know, I didn't actually take a very close look at the other artifact in this weapon store, so let's zippity-doo our way back here real quick. Oh, this is Parsimonious Tenacity that you were talking about. I thought you were just talking about as a trait. Having Parsimonious Tenacity is a good thing, and I agreed with you there. But no, you are also correct from a gameplay perspective. This is nice. Vampiric is not too bad. Also, with riposts, this will be, you know, giving us health back even when we don't actually attack enemies and we're just casting spells, so that's pretty lovely. We will check to see if there's anything available in this store here. Another weapon shop from Pilqui this time. The +5 mace, Testudine Slayer. Testudine Slayer, maybe? Interesting. But not too bad. No more riposte. Is that in 0.28? Or in trunk right now? Do you have the riposte gloves? No, we do not. So if that change was already made in 0.28, then never mind. Scratch that. Just me being old. Yeah, 0.28 did remove it. Oh, okay. That's good to know. It's a shame, too bad, but still doesn't completely rule out Parsimonious Tenacity. Which is, the more I say that, the weirder it's gonna get. Less accurate the words are gonna become. Beauty. But otherwise, the Trident of Reasonable Valor is a fantastic name. Not a whole lot of valor, just a reasonable amount. You know, we don't want to cross the line from courageous to stupid. Just a very reasonable amount, which when it comes to a deep elf is pretty much none. No valor, if we're being honest. Also, oh no, it's our racial enemy here, our natural foe. Testudine Slayer? Yeah, that might be it. Why would they do that? Yes, removing riposte from Longblade is too bad. They did change a lot of the scaling and stuff, which is interesting. But that's cool. I think it's a shame when variety is removed. Apparently they thought it was too good. I guess it's always like a cascading set of issues, right? Because they changed the like evasion step down a couple versions ago. So back in the day, you could not get more than like 30 evasion without the Acrobat amulet. But nowadays you can get up to like 40 or 50, and yeah, okay, that's the scaling that changed as well. Thank you, Ninth, for reminding me. It's swords now scale with dex, so that just means even more dodging and more variety than riposte ever added. Ninth brings up as well. Which at the very least, yeah, adds some reason to go for dex. I mean, I've done it for fun quite a few times in the past in this very series, because I wanted to have, you know, a very dex-based character. Just go for evasion, see how it all shakes out. But for the longest time, it was just always technically better to take strength on any melee character at the very least. So I can get behind that, but can I deal any damage to you? At least my Venom Bolt, or Sting, rather, as it were, deals some amount of damage. In fact, oh, do you know what? Tabbing went way better. I was actually trying to do some quick quiver action, but I hit tab instead of P. Honestly, probably the best mistake I ever made. Fantastic. Riposte was not too good. Stat increases more than made up for removing riposte. Yeah, I'm not too well versed in the overall balance of the game, so I'll take your word for that for sure, but it makes sense to a certain degree. Also, hold up. Wait a minute. Let's put this robe up in it. Ooh. Oh, and it matches our cloak. Looking pretty fly. I mean, it's a lot of white in the outfit. White hair, white robe, white cloak. Looking a little bit like an Aes Sedai hunter, but still, all in all, can't complain. The fit is pretty stellar, my friend. Your fashion stat is rising. Fantastic. That's all that really matters in this game anyway. The only truly important statistic in the entire game. Also, hold up. Back me up. And let's wait a moment. The dex changes are great, but there's no reason the dex change means more weapons can't have good implicit effects, like axes, polearms, short blades do. Right, and I will say that I found riposte kind of fun. Regardless, you know, taking away viability or strategy or stuff, I found it kind of cool as an idea, so I do get your thought there. I think I land somewhere in the middle between the two groups here. Which I know is the easy route to take. I'm a friend to all. I'm the middle ground. No problem. Looking like Gandalf resurrected. That's fantastic. Yes, Pelf the White, reporting for duty. But I wanted to come up here real quick, and I wanted to learn OTR. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Then we can pretty handily go back down. I'm actually going to set a limit on spell casting so we don't overtrain that. And I should do something similar with poison so we don't go too overboard. Maybe just bring it up to 10 for now and give it a shot, shall we? Alright, Duvessa. What's up, my friend? I normally like to kill Dowan first, if just because if you can just run away from Duvessa, Berserk does not matter whatsoever. And in fact, can kind of help you. If you can just outpace her, then you just go in and clean her up while she's slowed from coming down off of the Berserk status. As is. Oh, jeez. How did you know? How did you know I was right here? Well, my fellow elven friend, same team, please don't hit me. I'm going to use Ice Blast and OTR as a good combo to just output as much damage as possible here. And that should honestly be enough. In fact, get blasted. You fool. Oh no, +2 robe. Please be fashionable. Please look good. I'm begging you. Okay, apparently everyone's wearing white today. Not the best color for the dungeon. Honestly, the stains, you would not believe the trouble you go through trying to take stains out of these beautiful pearlescent white robes, but are looking decently fly here. And maybe it's a bit of a flex, you know? We're so unperturbed by the dungeon that we can wear white, and it just ain't no thing. Not gonna get a stain on me. You're honestly gonna be dead before your blood has a chance to spatter on my my clothing. Definitely a bit of a flex. Bloodstains are hard to remove, yeah. Yeah, there's probably not a good supply of cold running water here, right? If I got that right? At the risk of ruining the joke, which I mean, shouldn't be a problem for me since I do that all the time. Anyway, I believe that you want cold water for removing bloodstains, right? It's something like that. Anyway, just trying to help out any potential serial killers in the chat, of course. If you need a way to clean out your clothing, oh boy, have I got something for you. Cold running water, try it now. You wish we could get a top hat? Oh, a top hat, a nice like, I mean, they've added some really nice brimmed caps to the tile set recently. I could get behind that. But why is everything... Wait. Oh, immune to poison. Yeah, why is everything immune to poison these days? Hey, Dungeon, what's up with that? Feel like we're not on the same page. Well. We at least have the Wand of Flame, which is not bad. In before Necrophage murders us for the first time in my DCSS career, but I think that's not bad. Fantastic, never a doubt in my mind. And okie dokie.